You've grown up in this country, you're a young president, you have seen your people. I would like him to send, the way he sent Murkomen to go and look at the shops in CBD, let him come and see the kids who have got wounds, who've been shot, who are in bed in this place. And I want to say this, if there is no justice, there will never be peace in this country. If there is no justice, Kenya will never be anything. So let the president decide whether he wants to be a statesman or a local village boy who has got power.
We shouldn't make excuses about public responsibilities. So if the opposition are organizing these things and causing this, unangoja filimbi ya nani kukamata hao watu wa opposition?
Kamata wote.
Yeah. If you have facts about it, you are saying so and so is funding this, so and so is funding. Why are you telling us a story? It is a statecraft 101.
Yeah.
Government officials, whether they're cabinet ministers or anybody, should never, ever, ever, ever make allegations. Why? Because they have the instruments of power, they can act. So they make allegations and tell you to do what? Because you cannot arrest those people. Instead of telling us it's so and so is doing this, tell us, arrest them and take them to court and produce the evidence that you have so that these people face the law. So let's not make excuses. That's why I keep saying for us.
It's very clear. As a lawyer, I can tell you that facts speak for themselves. We saw what happened when the Albert Onyonga demonstrations were happening. Even the goons themselves came out confessing. So please don't drag the opposition into things that are as plain as daylight. We know it. They will of course try and attempt to do this and the other. But even lying or insinuations require a little bit of intelligence. These things are very good. So we know we are.
And or actually, even lying requires a bit of common sense.
Yes.
Because the question, I personally will not budge high or bent from responsibility on matters such as this. So where there are facts, let's go the direction investigations will take us. But you can't wake up every morning and say it's John who did this, it's Mary who did this, and you are the one who has powers to arrest that John and Mary. Why can't they arrest them in investigation? When we had ugly incidents, some of them are in court. I don't want to talk about them because they are subject of court matters. When things happened in Kisumu, on Pepipendo, Chonjokoma brothers and so on, admission on the part of government, on those of us who are role players in government, admitting that a mistake has happened, that's where we start. And then asking the organs and the institutions that are judged with that responsibility to deliver on their money, so that the investigations are done without blocking them, and so that those who actually are involved and who are culpable are prosecuted. That is what His Excellency the Vice President has spoken to this afternoon. We are asking for fidelity to the law and obeying the structures that we have. Police have standing order. When we do all these things, I keep saying all the time, and it's good you ask me the question, thank you very much. The theory of policing in our country and the way police are trained is not meant to execute suspects or whatever. It's not the policy of government, it's not the policy of the police. Those who go astray and who do that kind of thing, they commit mistakes. They have standing order. They ought to be taken to ordered room proceedings according to police procedures, be disciplined. Those who need to go to court, they need to go to court and they are charged for what they have done. So this is what we're asking. We're asking for accountability. And the point we are making is that we need to draw a line in the sand and then bring this level of impunity to an end. You can also see the question of scale, how often this is happening, how wantonly this is happening. The issues which I don't want to address at this particular time, but I keep asking myself the question, when I hear people making allegations about some of these people who are involved may actually not be police officers. What do our police officers think about some of these things? And then there are so many stories around this that ought to be addressed in a straightforward manner, in my view. Let us not sweep things under the carpet. So the difference is admission on our part. Where there was a mistake, we admitted there's a mistake here, and we sorted it out. Investigations were going on. And by the way, some of these files are open, and even if has got additional information on these files, it's your duty as a citizen to give the information to the authorities, and prosecution commences. None of us, even the three of us who are here or the four of us who are here, none of us is above the law. I've never lived above the law even for 1 minute in my life. So the most important thing, get facts, not to play politics with security matters, so that when it's convenient, you can say this. When it's not convenient, you say the other. Let's go on and deal with these issues. If there are matters that have not been resolved, if there are issues that have not been done, let them be investigated. And that's why I'm calling for a public inquest.
At the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, we have a figure of 8 people who lost their lives yesterday. From other sources, we're being told 11 Kenyans were killed yesterday. And many of them died as a result of gunshot wounds from the police. And we want to pass our condolences to all the families that lost their dear ones. Yesterday was supposed to be a day of commemoration, marking the anniversary of the day that we lost young people last year, 25th of June. We were not supposed to lose another life yesterday. We were supposed to honor the fallen heroes. We were supposed to commemorate and to mourn with the families that lost last year. And for William Ruto's government to make more families mourn again, to shed more blood on a day of commemoration, to us this is adding insult to injury. All they were supposed to do was to facilitate the commemoration so that families, the friends of these families, would honor those who died, but not to kill more. We have also come to wish quick recovery to those who are injured. Quite a number of people are injured across the country. We have seen here quite a number, many of them who have bullet, gunshot wounds. Many of them have undergone operation, they are recovering, and we want to wish them quick recovery. But also, those who are not in Kenyatta National Hospital and other hospitals, wherever you may be, we want to wish you quick recovery, and we pray, our prayers are with you and your families. Lastly, we want to say to the media, a big thank you. Yesterday, you faced harassment. There's a government that panicked when they saw the numbers of demonstrators growing. And that knee-jerk reaction made them demand that you shut down and have a blackout so that no one sees what was happening in our country. We want to thank you for the courage of standing by the people, of showing the world what was happening in our country today. Many of you had injuries similarly. So they're not just those who are lying here, but many journalists had injuries, and today we want to thank you on behalf of many Kenyans who are able to see what was happening where, through your cameras and through your courage. So we thank you for that, but we also demand that this government must respect court orders. The court ordered yesterday that CA had issued an unlawful order, and they must respect the court order, they must uphold the rule of law and stop harassing the media, because free media is really the cornerstone of our democracy. So we thank you once more.
It's a constitutional right and the right to information, and so we continue to call them out. Therefore, we call on Kenyans to give information and to know that Justin Muturi and his commission and his commissioners, fellow commissioners, will soon be announcing where to be found so that people can go out there and begin to give real evidence so that we will then take a position with regard even to private prosecution of those who are found culpable. So leo ni kusema tupole na kwa sababu ya yale ambayo yalitokea jana. It is now enshrined in our country's history that the 25th of June going forward is a day that Kenyans will be looking at as one of those public days that we honor, like Madaraka Day and other days. The day of the Kenyan youth. And as I said yesterday, going forward, it will not be celebrated in infamy of the type we have witnessed, but it will be honored, and the future generations will be very proud that there was once a generation, the Gen Zs, the millennials, who stood up for their rights and said we want our country back, stop stealing our future, That's all they're doing, and for which now some of them